Welcome back, folks. It's Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob coming at you. And, I shouldn't be surprised about this. It's New England. The weather is not great here. There's this stupid old cliche that says, like, don't like the weather? Just wait a minute. It'll change. But you want to talk about, like, complete, like bipolar in the last, what's 3 days? 72 hours?
Why don't you just go with just today?
Yeah, no, hey, just today works too. Did it snow here?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a dead giveaway. Hey, spoiler alert. For those of you that don't live in the region, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, Wednesday was a little warmer. It was like in the cooler. It was in the 50s. But Thursday, Friday was above 60. Friday almost touched 70. Saturday was cold as balls. It was probably back down in the 40s. And then today was actually pretty nice. Today was upper 50s, maybe.
No. Upper 50s today? I wasn't outside.
At one point, yeah, this afternoon, like around...
I thought the high today was only supposed to be like 42.
Oh, really? Maybe just because I was in the sun. It was warm. It was warm.
Today's high is 45.
All right. Well, it felt warm in the sun. But it got cold when the sun went away. And then it starts getting windy, and then all of a sudden it snowed. And like not just like snowed where like it like comes down from the sky and then nothing happens. Like it stuck to the ground for a little bit. Like it didn't stick to the cars, but the grass was coated with snow for a second. It was 66 degrees, I think it was on Friday. 66, 67, something like that. And it snowed on Sunday.
Remember we got snow in May last year. The week after was 70.
Yeah. And 2 years ago, we got a big snowstorm at the beginning of April.
Yeah, I could actually figure out what year that was, but
because we were living here.
Yeah,
and we had to shovel. Golf. We had to shovel in April.
I'd say it couldn't play golf.
Yeah. So the weather sucks. Welcome to New England. Reason number 7,000 as to why I don't know why we still live here. But we have that to look forward to. And now, so we got Jesus. We got nice weather all last week, and now all next week is going to be cold and rain.
It is still winter here, though. That's the thing. For people who live here seem to not get it.
Yeah, they get like really thrown aback because it happens inevitably every single year. We get this like anywhere between 2 to 5 day window in March where it's like, 55 plus, and then it inevitably goes back to being cold, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? I thought I was ready for summer." It's like, dude, it's March in New England. Like, we don't get good weather here until like the end of May.
Yeah, like
come talk to me on Memorial Day.
Yeah, spring starts a week from today. But spring here is not nice.
No. Spring here, at the beginning of spring, yeah, welcome to mud season. Like New England from March, 17th, whenever spring
21st.
starts, till the end of April, like that 6 week period, that's mud season. Everything is fucking gross and wet and soggy. It hasn't rained for like 3 days, but yet there's still mud everywhere. And then finally in April, we string together some nice weather. I'm sorry, in May. Did I say April?
At the end of May.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning of May, you still get 45 and rain.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
No. It's
the only season
gross.
that's nice here is summer and the first half of fall. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You get from June, I would say June 1st until Leif Erikson Day, roughly. So like the middle of October, June 1st to October 15th is the good weather in New England. That's sick. June, July, August, September, half of October. You get 4.5 months.
Half of October is generous, too.
Yeah, 4.5 months out of the year, we get good weather. It's pretty sick. I'm so glad we live here.
Yeah, but you know what? At least we get all 4 seasons. Some places don't get all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
What a fucking nightmare it must be just for it to be fucking nice all the time.
Imagine if it was 75 and sun all year round.
That would be so terrible.
Oh, it would be awful.
It would be really shitty to never have to deal with snowstorms.
Yeah, it would be the worst. Imagine what life would be like if you didn't have seasons.
Oh man, you know what? The one thing I do miss about New England though is the seasons.
Yeah. They're great seasons.
Yeah, the seasons.
Get the fuck out of here with your seasons. You want to get like 7 feet of snow? Like, get fucked.
Snow is the fucking worst.
Yes. Yeah. I say this every single year, every single time this gets brought up. I would take 100 degrees over 30 degrees in snow 8 days out of the week.
Would you? But is this a dry heat or a wet heat?
This is an Arizona heat. It's not a
This is 100 and dry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since it's a dry heat, it probably only feels like fucking 70.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just a dry heat. So everyone knows it's not that bad.
Yeah.
The heat's different in Arizona.
Yeah, it is different. It's a dry heat, so it's like
Yeah.
100's really like fucking 65.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. 90 in
It's not that it's
Massachusetts is
fucking
completely
100.
unbearable.
Yeah, because it's wet heat.
Yeah. The humidity is what gets you.
Yeah, every time.
Oh, I fucking hate people so much. I hate everybody.
Maybe it's because we don't live close enough to the water because we don't get that sea breeze.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Keeps us warm in the
Yeah,
winter.
because the sea breeze keeps you warm in the winter. It's like hot off the water.
Yep.
So Truro right now is probably like fucking 60.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 16 overnight here, but because we're too far from the water, I think.
Yeah, that's our problem. We need to move. We need beachside property. Oceanfront Massachusetts. Yeah, that's what
That would make it way warmer.
everyone desires, oceanfront property in Massachusetts. That's definitely what you need.
Right.
Oh man, gotta love those 4 seasons though. Fuck,
Dude, I'm telling you, you'd miss them.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of things that I'm gonna miss after we get through this episode. One of them is California. I don't know if you heard this because California is just, they're batting 1,000 this year. They had such a great 2020. They're shooting to top that in 2021. Gavin Newsom has officially, they've reached the threshold of being recalled and all that shit. And Biden comes out and goes, I don't think you guys should recall him. And everyone's like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. He's being recalled. You're a fuck stick. Because everyone hates you now. That's the other side of it too. Is everyone hates Biden now?
What do you mean? What, everyone hates Biden?
Yeah.
How come?
Big surprise.
Didn't he get everyone their checks?
Yeah, big surprise though. He didn't really do much of what he said he was going to do, and everyone is surprised. Remember we talked about that?
That is surprising.
Yeah, politicians always stay true to their word
Every time, every
single
election.
time. Yeah, everything that they promise.
Listen, he got you the $2,000, didn't he?
That's why I say we should have voted for Vermin Supreme. I want a goddamn fucking pony.
And everyone should be brushing their teeth.
Yes. Everyone gets a toothbrush and a pony. I mean, how do you not vote for that?
Yeah. Can't have these hillbillies not brushing their teeth.
Joe
around.
Biden's trying to give everyone masks. He's like, yeah, we're going to send everyone a mask.
That's the problem.
Vermin Supreme goes, no, everyone gets a pony and a toothbrush. That's my president. So California, in its grand and infinite wisdom, has introduced a law or a bill, I don't know, to remove labeling from retail stores that mark clothes, boys and girls. They're going to remove the label. So when you walk through a store, you're not going to know where you have to go to get the clothes that you want. Because there's going to be no signage that says boys and girls or men and women's.
How do you buy anything? Do they expect me to walk in the store and...
You're just going to have to wander around the store until you
I find what I think is what...
You find the appropriate section. Or they imagine they just go the route if
just mix it. I hope they just mix it.
No, if this law passes and I owned a retail business in California, I would have fun with this and I would fuck with everyone and I would go Prince. Shout out to Prince, R.I.P. And I would go the section formerly known as men. The section formerly known as girls. Just to fuck with everyone. Technically, it follows the law.
Yeah.
It is not the girls section. It is not the boys section. It is the section formerly known as boys. But because that's the problem. That's the real
Yeah,
problem
that's
in
the
this country.
problem. Being able to identify where the clothes you want to buy are and where to buy them.
Imagine that your governor is in the midst of a recall, and you think that now is a good time to introduce a bill to remove gender tags from retail stores.
1 year later after shutdown, gyms get to open at 10% capacity in LA County.
Yeah.
10%.
Yep. That's sick.
But good thing. Now you have no idea where you're going in a retail store.
Yeah. If that didn't just kill fucking like brick and mortar stores. Because now why would people go in? They're just going to order shit online. What am I going to do? Wander around a store to try and find the section I
I mean,
want?
people still do. That's the thing. This won't actually change anything.
No, it's not.
It's
not.
It's inconsequential.
It's just
moves.
it's fun to play with.
Yeah. But there'll be a way, or there won't.
Yeah, I'm
There'll be
telling
a
you,
red
that's
section.
the loophole. It's because that'll be next. They'll color the sections blue and pink, and then
Then that'll be wrong,
people will get
too.
their panties in a bunch again too.
Just make one section fucking green and the other section fucking
Purple.
orange.
Yeah.
The U.
Yeah.
And that way it's not associated with anything.
Yeah. We can't label our sections anymore.
Gender reveals should probably be illegal too.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Wokistan hasn't gone after gender reveals.
Because it's blue and pink.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
The child didn't even tell you what they want to be yet.
Right. So to encompass that, how many other colors would you had to do? Would you like what color represents?
Well, there's not enough colors, is there?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, it depends. Are we looking about a Crayola 64 pack? Because those are 64 different colors.
Well, aren't there like... Can't you identify as like a fucking carbon monoxide detector if you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I could identify as a fucking pony. I'm big on the ponies today.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, technically, you can identify as whatever you want. I'm sorry, whatever you feel that you are.
Someone did call me Your Majesty the other day at work. I'm like, good, that's my pronoun.
Yeah, good. You're listening. I forget the exact conversation that happened, but someone at work sent me an email because I'm running like this fucking wellness thing. And someone won, so I sent them an email. I was like, oh, congratulations, you're the random winner for this week for your submission of whatever we were doing. And she wrote back and goes, oh, I want to be only referred to as like the champion or something like that. So she's cool. She's like actually good shit. So I replied to her in the email and goes, all right, cool. I'm just going to need you to change your pronouns in your email signature just to make it official. She got a good laugh out of that. Because that's a point of contention for a lot of people that I work with. But it's funny because even though I work for like an uber liberal company, people are pretty staunch one way or the other. Like there's a lot of like very conservative people that still work where I work. And I mean, like I said, I don't really give a fuck. I just kind of go with whatever. I probably lean more conservative, honestly, but like I don't identify as a fucking political party. I think all political parties are fucking stupid. And I think all politicians are cunts.
They are.
But it's just funny because like there's very few people that are in the middle. If I would consider myself in the middle, there's like, I don't know, we have like 170 employees, and I would say I'm one of like 10 that's kind of like in the middle. And then there's like 30 people that are like hard right, and then everyone else is on the left, like hard left. Makes for very interesting meetings sometimes. Very interesting conversations.
Well, it's just... yeah, because then you get into shit that matters and shit that doesn't.
Right. Like,
Pronouns in someone's email signature don't fucking matter.
no, they don't.
Actually, unless... that's the thing, is like, you can't assume. Well, if you can't assume, then I'll fucking let you know.
Yeah.
If I don't want it to be fucking him, his, he's, whatever the fuck,
I'll let you know.
I'll let you know.
Right.
But like until then, just fucking assume.
If you identify the way I would assume that you identify, you don't have to fucking tell me that.
Yeah, just fuck. But no, you can't assume.
Yeah.
Fucking bad.
There was someone I work with changed their name on Zoom to name dash fully vaccinated. And I was like, oh my God, is this really what we're doing right now?
Well, that's good because through the Zoom call, I need to know who I need to fucking not click on there.
But like, if that isn't virtue signaling, like at its peak, like I don't know what is. Like you changed your Zoom name to your name dash fully vaccinated. What?
Actually, I guess at your work, I guess at your work because everyone's eligible to get it. Because I was gonna say, like, if someone went to me like that, I'm like, I'm not gonna be eligible anytime soon.
Right. But also, like,
well, one, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? Why would you put that in your Zoom name?
It's important to know when you're virtually meeting with people if you're at risk or not. It's very important to know.
Well, yeah, because that's the new science shows that COVID can travel through virtual meetings.
Oh yeah.
Because
people forget.
Because that person is within 6 feet of their laptop and you're within 6 feet of your laptop. So by proxy, you're within 6 feet of each other. So that's at risk.
Yeah, it spreads virtually.
It spreads by proxy. It goes through the internet. Well, the internet can get viruses, right?
Right. That's how it works.
And this is just a virus, so
that's how it works, dude. How do you think everyone was getting sick on these fucking?
Yeah, I knew a guy that got COVID through the internet. I didn't believe him at first, but then he showed me the proof.
Well, it's that 5G signal, dude. It's fucking causing this shit.
You can't trust 5G.
No, not at all.
Oh man, this is good shit. Yeah, so fuck California. California fucking blows. That's like, I'm interested to see what actually happens. Like if they pull off this recall or not. I haven't heard anything in like a couple weeks because the stimulus is what's taken over the news. But also, like, once they announced that they had enough signatures and they were going to move forward, like, I never saw, like, a follow-up thing.
I'm starting to rethink if Pebble Beach is, like, my ultimate golf destination or not. Because it's in California. I know it's not in L.A. County, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, I think San Diego, for the most part, has been okay during COVID. Like, I think they have...
Where's San Diego? Is that south of...
Yeah, it's, like, literally Mexico.
So San Diego is south of L.A.?
Yes.
This is like way north.
It's the most southern point of California.
All right.
Depending on... Technically, I think Chula Vista is, but whatever.
Okay. So then... Yeah, but L.A. County doesn't go that far north, I don't think. It doesn't go as far north as Pebble Beach, I don't think.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Torrey Pines is in San Diego.
Yeah, Torrey's in San Diego.
Pebble Beach is further north. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think Pebble Beach is in L.A. County.
I don't think so. I think it's too far away.
Yeah. No, but I do know that San Diego has been fine throughout COVID because they actually have a mayor that
isn't a fucking dickhead.
Yes, and from what I've gathered, just listening to people on podcasts that travel there, they have. It seems somewhat similar to what Massachusetts has been. Yeah, my headphones are getting all
in and out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
I feel like my ears are popping, but they're not popping.
Yes, I also agree with that sentiment. Yeah, I forget where I was going with that too, but I don't know.
No, but I was just saying, like golf destination wise, it's like, do I really want to go to fucking California?
Oh yeah, probably not at this point.
I'm just like,
it's not safe, but it is. You know what is safe? An extra 2.5 hours west to Hawaii.
No, Portland's safe.
Yeah, that too. It's legally not safe for me to go visit Derek in Connecticut,
Correct.
Which is an hour and 45 minutes away.
How far does Amy live away from Rhode Island?
About 7 minutes.
Okay, it's actually
walking.
It's less. It's less safe for you to go 8 minutes
Yeah.
from her house
Yep.
than it is to get on a plane,
And fly all the way to Hawaii.
fly to Seattle,
Yep.
go hang out with whatever the fuck people in Seattle do.
Yeah, they still doing that Chaz or Chad.
You could get into a fucking in a Prius, have sex with the Dirty Mike and the boys, have a fucking homeless person orgy,
Get a ZJ.
get out, fly back here, and that was safer than going 8 minutes away.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. Technically, we can't even go to New Hampshire either. Can't go anywhere in New England.
It's not safe.
Yeah. Imagine that. Nowhere in New England is safe, but fucking like Wyoming is good.
Well, there's no people in Wyoming. You're more likely to get mad cow than COVID in fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
Wyoming.
In another ridiculous thing, Dove, you know Dove, the soap company?
Yep.
They have decided to remove the word normal from their label.
What's normal?
Well, I don't know. So they're removing the word normal from their label because it is too exclusive. So I look at this like I used to use Dove soap like back in the day.
Why do they even use what? But like, how
But
does?
so it's to describe skin. So if you have normal skin, if you have dry skin,
my God.
or if you have oily skin, and then they have like specific products that are like for normal to oily, like you're in between, or like shit like that. Because people typically fall into one of three categories. You either never have any fucking problems with your skin, which would be considered normal to me. You either have oily skin, which means you're a grease ball like me. Or 3, you have wicked dry skin and you're always fucking itchy and flaky and that. You fall somewhere in that range of 3.
My wrist is breaking out right now.
Did you touch any poison ivy?
I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't leave the house today until I left. Until I come here.
Dude, I didn't leave the house today until I left the house.
I don't know when the fuck I would have come in touch with poison ivy.
So now Dove soap is not going to say normal, but I wonder if they're still going to leave for oily skin and for dry skin. So then you're looking and you're like, I don't have either of those, so I guess I'm going to get the bar of soap that says nothing on it.
For not oily nor
Yeah.
dry.
That's just going to cost more money and like ink to
That's
print.
just dumb.
That's way more words.
Again, we're just doing a bunch of dumb shit that doesn't make any fucking sense.
This is literally, this is what happens. We saw this way back in fucking July with the whole, when we were on like the white people ruin everything, like black people are rioting because they don't have the same kind of social standings, and they have different stigmas and different things that go against them in society. Like, it's a real thing. That is true. That happens. So what is people's response?
Take Uncle Ben off the box.
Yes. Let's paint a mural in New York City to support Black Lives Matter.
Wellesley, Massachusetts will put up a fucking a banner.
A banner the size of the side of
That
an
says,
entire
"We
building.
think
We think Black Lives
Lives
Matter.
Matter.
Yeah. That's like, you guys just don't get it. Now
Right.
Dove is like, well, we're going to remove the word normal from our soap.
No, you don't get it.
It's like, you don't get it. Well, normal is too exclusive. Well,
we're talking about
well, now
skin.
I'm offended because you said I have oily skin. I should just do that and just start a campaign that says I'm offended that you called me oily skin, because now I feel excluded.
I'm itchy right now, and I know we keep talking about itchy, so I just keep getting more itchy.
So then they have to
So am I
remove.
dry? Do I
They
have dry
just
skin?
remove all labels from the soap, and then everyone just has to guess.
Yeah, just put soap.
Yeah,
No branding.
yeah.
Just write soap on it.
But this is moronic idiocism at its highest.
I hope a bomb goes off next to me tomorrow.
I mean, we can make one.
Like, this is too fucking stupid.
Yeah, we're literally like, we are one-upping all of the stupid bullshit every day. Like, I know we joke about it before, like every day is worse than the day before.
It is.
But like we're actually living it now.
Jim Murray was right before the pandemic
Yeah.
when he said it's the dumbest time to be alive, and every day is worse than the one before.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic came, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, no, he's right." He couldn't be more fucking right.
Yeah. No, he is absolutely right. And even technically Office Space had it first. So every day is so fucking stupid.
Well, that was mostly like Peter. So what about today? Is today the worst day of your life? Yes. That's messed up.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we can't call soap normal.
Well, you can't call skid normal.
Yeah. Which I would imagine would eventually cover shampoo too. Because they make shampoo for like dandruff and like dry scalp. Because that's all it is. It's you have dry skin under your hair. That's what dandruff is. Like you get dry skin. Like I have oily skin. Like if I go 2 days without washing my hair is fucking greasy. Like I'm all like my skin's fucking oily. Like it's what it is. But like now they're not going to be able to do that because they say it's too exclusive.
Mm-hmm. They're helping.
They're helping so much.
They're making a difference.
Yeah. Yep. They're changing the world for the better.
Yeah, I mean, I feel better about things now that soap isn't considered.
Yeah, like I forget what exactly it was that I sent to you and Jones. But people hate Coca-Cola now for some stupid reason. Because everyone was all on board because they told people to be less white. So everyone was like, yeah, Coca-Cola gets it. And now they did something. Oh, they've donated money to causes in Georgia that support racism, allegedly. So them saying...
No, they support voter suppression.
Okay, that's what it is, yeah. Which, if you follow the trail, is racism, because all roads lead back to racism and Nazis. That's a rule.
Yeah, someone's law is every conversation inevitably comes back to Hitler, right?
Yeah. That's a theory. That's like a legit theory.
Yes.
That any argument that goes on long enough will eventually invoke Adolf Hitler. Which I think is hilarious. Because we're actually seeing it. Like, it's kind of true.
Oh, that's the thing. It happens.
Yeah. People are so quick to just call anyone a Nazi, and it's like, you guys don't really get it, do you?
Yeah, it's like, oh, we used to see this before, Nazi Germany. It's like, Jesus Christ. Were you there? I wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't. Anyone that does is probably dead by now. If not, they're like 100.
There's only a few of them left.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much you can even trust them at this point. They're old as fuck.
That was in the 1930s. So in order to remember it, you'd have to be at least 10, which means you'd have to be born anywhere between 1918 and 1923, which means you're 100 years old.
I'm not listening to a 100-year-old.
My favorite thing ever is there was a meme going around, and there was this guy who was like 102 or something, and they asked him like, oh, what's the secret to living such a long life? And his response was something along the lines of like, I drink a beer and smoke a cigar every single day. But it's like something hilarious that you could just tell like he's just trolling, and it's awesome because he's 102 years old and he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, drink beer and smoke cigars every single day. You'll live to be 102. So, I've been actually no. Let me go to back up. I was going to get into the eBay stuff, but I'm going to save that for a little bit. So I golfed the other day.
Yep.
The weather was nice enough. I played at Heather Hills in Plainville. You played?
I've never played there.
Oh, you never played there. All right. So the course isn't great. One, because it's March and it's New England. And two, because they sold the course, or they're in the process of selling the course to be developed into condos and like a housing development. So the upkeep is dog shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't care. Because eventually it's not even gonna, it's not going to be a golf course. So it was tough. I had a tough go. Not so great. The wind also, the wind was fucking wild. So I get to...
Was this Friday?
Yes. So I get to the fifth hole or the sixth hole, and it's a short par 4. And the way the day is going, like, I've been hitting the driver relatively well. I haven't been able to really keep it straight. I've been hitting the irons great. Putting so-so. So I walk up to the tee. Didn't even bother looking at the card or the marker. And I get up to the tee box. There's a group in front of me. Oh, also, let me back up too. So there's a group of 4 younger kids in front of me. They're probably in their like early to mid 20s. They're smoking weed, drinking fucking beers, like just having a good time. The group in front of them was this older crowd. It's like 1 older guy and 3 old ladies. So they're super slow. The group of 4 young guys let me play through. They were like, "Hey man, we're just fucking dicking around here. Like you look like..." I was playing solo. So they were like, "You look like you know what you're doing. Like you can just go through." And I was like, "I don't really know what I'm doing, but I appreciate you letting me go anyway."
That I looked the part.
Yeah. So I played through, and I'm waiting on the tee box on, let's just call it the 5th hole. The group in front of me is the old people. Probably they're like 50s, 60s. They are going up the hill to the green, and I'm sitting there. I probably waited on the tee box at least 4 or 5 minutes. They get on the green, and I'm like, all right, it's a par 4. I'm going to tee off. The way the hole is constructed, the tee box is up high, there's a valley, and then it goes way up to the green. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to fucking tee off. So I go. The wind is in my face also. So I'm like, dude, they're on the green. The wind is in my face. It's a par 4. I'm just going to go. I absolutely fucking nuke it. I hit the fucking cover off of the fucking ball. And the way the hole kind of turns a little bit. So the way it went, I saw it go up and it turned and I lost it in the trees and I didn't see it come down. So I thought it went down in the bottom of the valley, like there's like a little marsh area. So I figured it was over there or it was OB. So I tee off, and then I go on my way. I start walking down the path, and I go, and I'm there, and I'm looking through the marsh, like I'm looking for stuff. And I go, like the people walk off the green, and I go, "Hey, did you guys didn't happen to see it come down?" And like the 2 ladies just walked right by me. And I'm like, okay, I guess not. That's a no. And the guy walks over and goes, "Hey, you put that right on us." And I was like, "Excuse me?" Like I thought I saw it come down over here. And he goes, "No." And then one of the old ladies fucking chirped up, this old fucking crotchety bitch, goes, "Proper golf etiquette means you don't hit when the group is in front of you." And I go, "I understand that, but you were on the green and I was on the tee box." And I go, "This is a 265-yard hole. I won't hit it that long again for the rest of the season." And then she's like, "It doesn't fucking matter. You need to be careful and you need to be better." And I go, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And then I talk to the guy. I just turned away from her. And I start talking to the guy, and he was less of a dick because I apologized. I go, "Listen, man, I'm so sorry. Like, I had no fucking idea. I'm not trying to be a dick here. That's the farthest I've ever hit a fucking ball. I didn't mean to do that to you guys." And he's like, "Yeah, well, in case you were wondering, it landed 4 feet from the pin, but I threw it off the green." And I was like, "All right, man, like, I'm sorry again. Like, I don't know what to tell you." And then he like stomps away. And then the fucking other ladies start bitching. And I just was like, "Fuck you. Get the fuck away from me." So I go and I find my divot. The divot was like 8 feet from the pin. So I go and I find the ball off the green. I fix the divot and I put the ball like just to the side of the divot. And then I still fucking 2-putt for a birdie. But I drove the green in a par 4. Come to find out, now that I'm standing on the green, the wind that is whipping that was in my face on the tee box was now at my back on the green. So on top of me hitting a fucking bomb, the wind shifts and took it and literally put it right on the fucking green. So I made my first birdie of the year. And it came at the expense of a couple old hags. So then I just kind of wait because now they're like...
Yeah, now it's awkward.
Now they're literally still teeing off and I'm done with the hole.
Yeah.
So I'm just hanging out and the group of young kids, the young guys catch up to me and I let them come up and they're like... Because one of them almost drives the green. He puts it like 6 feet off the front of the green. And I'm standing on the edge of the green like this. I'm waving my arms. I'm like, yeah. And so they catch up to me and they're like, oh, dude, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, yeah. And I told them the story. And one of the kids goes, are you fucking kidding me? He goes, he threw you fucking ball and told you?
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, man, like, I don't know. And I was like, and I looked at them and I go, dude, I'll never hit a ball that far again for the rest of the year. Like, I drove the green on a par 4. Like, that's not going to happen ever again in my entire lifetime. Like, and I put it 4 feet from the pin. Like, that's complete dumb luck. And they were all fired up because they're young kids. They're high. They're fucking hammered. Like, they're like, fuck them. And they were like, so do you want to like just play and like, we'll just get behind you? And I'm like, you know what, dude, fuck it. Like, do you care? Like, we all just roll together. And I go, dude, it's March. Like, because they were like, yeah, but like it's going to put us in a 5-some. And I was like, dude, it's March. What are they going to do? Kick us out for playing as a 5-some? And I go, is there anybody behind you? And they're like, no. And I go, you guys play pretty quick? And they're like, yeah, we can. And I go, there shouldn't be a fucking problem. And they're like, yeah! Like, you want a beer? So then I played with them for the last like 3 holes. But they were all fired up. They were like, fuck those old fucks. But come to find out, like, spending the last 3 holes with them, they're us. Like it was like our friends.
Yeah,
Like when we were 22 years old, like that was them. Like that was us was them. Like that's who I played with.
we're not all that unique.
Yeah, no. Like there was one kid who was pretty good. There was one kid who like could hit good shots, but like was pretty inconsistent. There was one kid that was just out there just to be there and drink and get high. And then this other kid was like just kind of like, it looked like he was playing with rental clubs. And they were just having fun. Like and I was like, fuck yeah, man. Like, let's just have a good time. But they were cool. But like those old fucks sucked.
See, that's a tough call though, because if someone hits on me and I don't hear anything, I do hit the ball into the woods.
Yeah. So I honestly,
but it's
like, I'm not a douchebag.
It's
like
a tough spot.
If I saw that ball going to the green, I would have yelled 4. The way from my angle, the way it was going, I lost it in the tree on the right-hand side, and I thought it was coming down into the gully, like into the marsh. That's why I was fucking over there. Like, I'm looking through the marsh. Like, I wanted to go to those people and be like, are you all right? Like, why would I be looking through the fucking marsh if I saw my ball go on the green? Like, I thought it came down here. And that's what I said to the guy. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I apologized like 6 times. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I swear to God, I thought my ball was down there. And I said it to him, and I go, that's why I was looking over there.
Yeah.
And he kind of got it. But the women that he was with, I couldn't. I just fucking ignored them.
Yeah, it's...
when she was ever like, proper golf etiquette, and I was like, I understand golf etiquette. And you were on the green, and I was on the tee box. That's plenty of space in between us on a 265-yard hole. Like, for me. Like, I don't... Like, if you were playing with me, you would have had to wait.
Yeah, I would have.
For me,
but even
I'm good.
But the thing is, like, even for me, like, 265, like, I still have to hit it well.
Right.
I don't know. That's a hard one, though, because as a rule, I do hit the ball in the woods if someone hits on me and doesn't yell.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also usually I'm usually playing... I'm usually playing at my course. So like when I do shit like that, it's like it's not that people are unfamiliar with like the ninth hole at Harmon. You're a
Right.
fucking member here.
Right. Right.
So when you hit on me, yeah, I hit your ball into the woods.
Yeah.
You should fucking know.
Right. Right. Yeah. So that was that.
It's honestly, it's a can't win scenario because. So what happened this weekend was Jordan Spieth hit at Rory Sabatini.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he said, but and it was a hot mic too. So he rattles it off a tree, which is right next to where they're standing. And then like he walks out to the middle of the fairway, like wave it, like whatever. Spieth looks at it, goes, "Oh fuck, was that Sabatini?" They're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Shit, could not have hit into a worse guy." Goes, luckily, he likes me for some reason. I don't know. Whatever. But all the comments underneath go, didn't think I could hit it that far. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I really got a hold of that. It's like, fuck. You can't win when you hit at somebody.
No.
The only thing
can't.
you can do is do what Chris Healy did. Walk off the tee box screaming, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
That is the only thing you can do.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I also I waited 4 to 5 minutes on the tee box.
Yeah. No, it's just hard.
Like they were so fucking slow.
I know. And 265 is hard.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is like I instantly think I'm like, all right, 265. That means I have to pull back to a 5-iron.
Yeah.
Try to hit it 200 and then wedge up, and I'm like, this is lame. This is so fucking lame.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way I look at it too, like it's March. Like I'm just gonna hit driver. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Especially it's like 265, it's March, and it felt wind in on the box. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. There was nothing I could do.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing I could do.
No, because I'm trying to think if I was with you, what would I say? And I would probably still would have told you to hold off because I go, even if you hit it 2 1/4, that's within 40 yards. They're gonna be fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the young guys were like bitching about their slow play too. They were like, those fucking assholes. Like we were stuck behind them before. And then, so I told them the story, and the one kid who was pretty good and goes, I would have turned around and said, hey, proper golf etiquette means if you're playing like fucking molasses, you let us play through.
That is true.
And I was like, yeah, man, you got a point.
Yeah.
Like they were fired. They were like, I was like, dude, like I get it. Like you guys are like 22 years old, but I was like, dude, these people are in their like 60s. Like you're not gonna go fight them. Like they were that fired up. Like they were like ready to go fight. And I was like, guys, like it's okay. Like we're not gonna go fight a fucking 60-year-old guy and 3 women.
Why not?
I mean, I would if you tied one hand behind my back. Like then it would probably be a fair fight.
Nah, dude, just fuck them up.
Yeah. But it was good. I mean, it ended up being fine, and they were just fucking cunts about it. So
Yeah, no. Again, it's that's a hard one because you don't know the course that well. You would think 265, wind in March, the ball ain't getting there. You would think,
right. But like my thing too was, and this is what I mean. Like the guy, even though he was still pissed, he like kind of got, like I could kind of have a conversation with him. Where I was like I said, I apologized like 6 times. I was like, dude, I am so sorry. Like I had no idea.
I'm just like trying to think. I'm just like, it's a no-win scenario for you.
Yeah.
Like you literally cannot be right in this situation because that's the thing. Even if you hit it 2 1/4 on the line, 40 yards in front of the green isn't that short.
Right.
Like it's short, like they're safe, but you hit at them still.
Yeah.
So, but the reason you're in a no-win situation is because you don't know the course. Like you don't know the hole. Like
right. I don't know how the whole play. I didn't know that the wind turned.
Yeah.
And it was at your back once you got on the green.
Yeah. What can you do?
Whatever. I hit a fucking bomb. Made a birdie.
Bomb bobs.
First birdie of the year came on my second time out. So I'm looking forward to not being able to play again until April. So that's going to be sick.
I'm hearing early rumblings of either Wednesday or maybe Sunday.
that's good news.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'll fucking snow.
I don't know.
No, because it'll snow. It'll snow on Tuesday. We'll get like 2 feet, and then it won't melt.
It'll be 70 on Wednesday.
Yeah. So it'll start to melt, but it won't be enough to dry the course.
Fucking A.
So now for my eBay stories. I've been fucking wheeling and dealing on eBay. Well, I say that, but I'm about to lead with a story where I think I fucked up. So I found my old iPhone 7. So I wiped it. It's actually right here. It's in this thing. If you're watching on YouTube, the screen's pretty fucking shattered at the bottom right there. You can see it's pretty beat up. It's an iPhone 7. I had it for like 2 or 3 years before I got the 11. So I went. If this helps you, I went right from the 7 to the 11. So that's how long I had it. Screen's a little cracked, whatever. So I list it on eBay and I start the bid at $25 because I look on the sold prices and they're all over $100. Granted, the screens aren't shattered, but like, so I go, I don't know, I'll start the bid at $25. Well, I get an offer because it's our best offer. The first offer comes in at $35 and I'm like, yeah, no. And so I didn't respond. I was just going to let it go. I got a second offer for $68.90. And me just being a fucking idiot was like, that's a weird number. I don't like that. So I go back to the guy that offered 35 and I counter offer him with 70. And he comes back and counters me with 50. So then I go, well, fuck this guy. So I counter the 68.90 guy with 70. And before he could either accept or counteroffer, someone bids on the fucking iPhone for $25. And the way eBay works is you can't accept an offer once someone bids on the phone or the item, I should say.
Unless you put it up as buy it now.
Yeah. So now I'm fucked. Now the iPhone is listed there for $25. Granted, there's still like 5 or 6 days left. So it's most likely not going to sell for 25. It might go up a little bit, but like I feel like I fucked up just because I'm a moron and I was like $68.90, that's weird. Can you do 70? And then in the meantime someone fucking bid on it.
What if it goes to auction and goes higher?
That's what I mean too. So I was like, it could happen.
So you don't know if you fucked up yet.
No, I don't. But right now there's only one bid on it for $25.
Yeah, but that...
There is still, like I said, like 5 days, 5 and change.
Oh, 5 days is like a lifetime on eBay.
Yeah, everything happens in the last like 2 hours on eBay. And even at that, it happens in the last
2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah. So that's that. But yeah, literally, I'm just starting to sell everything on eBay. Like I found people are selling, because I was curious, people are selling these Black Rifle Coffee stickers because I'm part of the Black Rifle Coffee monthly subscription. And then I'm also part of the exclusive coffee subscription as well. So their exclusive coffee is that it's like super fucking high end. It comes from like all over the world. Like sometimes it's from like Peru. Sometimes it's from like fucking Angola. Like, I don't know, Indonesia. Like, I don't fucking, they go all over the world to get their coffee. But every time you get a bag of coffee, they send you a sticker. And the exclusive coffee subscription stickers go for like $3 a sticker. And I've been in this fucking club for like over a year. And I have all the stickers. Like, I just saved the stickers because, again, I'm kind of an idiot. And I'm like, I don't know, they look cool. I'll just keep them. And now, like, I might just try and sell each one for like $3.
You should.
Yeah. Or I saw someone sold them as a set. Someone sold a set of 12. So every single exclusive coffee sticker from the year 2020 for like $45.
And was it actually sold?
Yeah. And I was like, this is fucking wild, dude. Like, people love this shit.
People buy everything.
People spend money on the weirdest things.
The fucking cards that I've sold online are fucking...
Yeah. Oh, so that's the other thing. I just bought a Josh Jacobs jersey card. It was... So I watched the card on eBay, because you can do that. You can just hit the fucking like button. And it was listed for, I don't know, like $15.99. And it had 0 bids. And there was like an hour and a half left this morning when I woke up. and then I was busy, like we went to get breakfast and I was just doing stuff and I forgot to go back on the app. And so the auction ended. So when I went back on, I saw that the auction had ended. The card didn't sell. It ended with 0 bids at $15.99. And then sometimes when you click on an item after it ended with 0 bids, it'll give you a button that you can hit that says view relisted item, because they'll just get relisted. eBay does that automatically for them. But this didn't have a view relisted item button. So I go, I don't know, like, let me see. So I just sent him a message. And I go, hey, man, I was watching the Josh Jacobs jersey card you had posted, and I was busy and I missed it. I missed the ending of it. Is there any way, are you still interested in trying to sell it? And he sent me this thing, and he was like, yeah, no, absolutely, it's still available. And I go, all right, cool. So, like, how much are you trying to let it go for? And he sends me a screenshot of like recently sold ones that are all between like $18 and like $25. And he goes, I could do $19.99 plus shipping. And I was like, I literally responded back and I was like, no worries, man. That's a little too rich for my blood. I appreciate it. I know you're trying to get market value for it. And then I said, like, I'm not a collector. I'm just in it to do like quick flips and make a couple bucks here and there. So, like, I'm not in it for, like, sentimental value or whatever. So he comes back and goes, okay, well, what about $14.99 plus shipping? And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I sent him a screenshot of another one that I had found that I was watching, that there was, like, 5 hours left, and it had, like, 3 bids, and it was, like, $5.50 with, like, $1.99 shipping. So I screenshotted it and I sent it to him, and I was like, listen, man, I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm looking at this one right now. I know there's still 5 hours left, but it's only $5.50. And he goes, all right, how about $9.99 plus shipping? And that should at least get you a good profit, like if you want to turn around and flip it. And I was like, I can do that. So I go, let me know how you want to do it. So he's like, all right, do you mind just doing it through PayPal so I don't have to pay eBay fees? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And he goes, send me your address as part of the note. And then he goes, I'll ship it out as soon as the payment goes through. So I just sent him a PayPal for $13.98 for the $9.99 plus shipping. And we'll see if I get it or not. So we actually like kind of kept going back and forth afterwards. He was like, awesome, man. Thank you so much. I just got the PayPal. Like, I'll get that out. He goes, obviously it's Sunday, so the post office is closed. So like, I might not ship it out until tomorrow morning. And I'm like, all right, I know how this goes. But he's a nice enough guy, seemingly at least. The guy that I don't know. And he goes, hey, I got one of these that I'm going to list tonight, and sends me a screenshot of a Tua Tagovailoa jersey card, and then sends me a second screenshot of like recently sold on eBay. They're between like $80 and $100. And he goes, do you want this for a good deal too? And I didn't respond because I don't want to say like, I don't want to come off as like a dickhead and be like, nah, man, I want to make sure that you actually send me the Josh Jacobs card, and you're not just like before I say that I'm going to spend $60 on a fucking Tua Tagovailoa jersey card.
I would even just say like, hey, if you're gonna list it tonight, go ahead. I go, send me tracking info on the Josh Jacobs card, and then maybe we'll talk.
Yeah. It's like, all right, it's like, yeah, I mean, I would be interested at the right price. Like I said, like if they're going for between 80 and 100 and I can get it for 65, 70 bucks and I can make 20 bucks off of it. Okay. Yeah, cool. Like I'm down with that. But yeah, I got to see that Josh Jacobs card first. It's a lot easier to part with $13.98 than it is $65, especially because like all of this money that I spend on cards just comes from my PayPal balance.
Right.
So I haven't spent any of my actual money from my account on cards.
Right.
I've just flipped the things that I've already sold on eBay. So like just all of the shit, like some of the jackets or the weed whacker, like this iPhone 7 that eventually is going to, you know what I mean? Like I just take that money and then turn it around and use my PayPal balance for all this shit. So whatever. If he fleeces me for $14, number one, it's only $14. Like I've spent more than that in dumber ways. And two, it's not like it's actually from my like account. It's just money that sits on my PayPal balance right now. So we'll see. So yeah, that's been my my eBay escapades this weekend. You got anything? Any good purchases recently?
No,
not eyeing anything, not watching.
No, just fucking around with some late 80s basketball.
Yeah. The amount, I will tell you though, like obviously I know we've talked about this like off air, but the amount that these things go up in the last couple minutes is wild. So let me see if I can pull up some of the stuff that I've watched. So there was a Joe Burrow negative, like the black and white rookie card prism. When I was watching it, it was at $35, and there was like 4 hours left. It ended up selling for $67. So in the last 4 hours, it almost doubled in price.
Find a real card with like actual value.
Oh yeah,
and it'll go up $25 in the last second.
Yeah. I noticed that too, because some of these I just stick around and watch what happens. So, this is a good one. So the Bowman Chrome Ronald Acuna, it's a rated PSA 10. It ended up selling for $219.08. But when I was watching that, I was not ever even thinking about bidding it. I was just kind of watching. I was curious to see how much the number was going to change. In the last 90 seconds, I think it went from $160 up to like $205. And then literally like the clock was at 3 seconds and it was at like $205. And then like the page reloaded and it said, this item has ended. You've missed out, whatever. And the final sale price was $219.08. Mm-hmm. So in the last 3 seconds, it went from $205 to $219.
Yep.
Like it's fucking crazy the way that people do this shit.
Watch a Deshaun Watson graded card.
Yeah.
Because they're still affordable-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously what your budget is on, but
yeah,
they're still affordable and they're still out there. But at the last second, it goes up like $25.
That's wild. Shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes left. It'll be like 118. You go, all right, it's going to sell low. Ends at 160.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I might be able to get in on this one.
It's like, I don't want to spend 120, but, it's pretty low. Don't worry about it. Not an issue.
Yeah, don't worry. It won't end at 120.
Won't be a problem whatsoever.
Yeah. So I will admit, too, sometimes I go in and I bid just to be a fucking dick to drive the price up. Like there'll be like 2 minutes left on something that'll be at like, it could be like a Cam Akers that's at like $12 and I'll bid like $13.50. And then sometimes it won't even be high enough to make me the highest bidder. It'll just bump the price up because whoever bid before me bid whatever, like obviously like 15, call it. So I bid whatever, and then the price bumps up, and then I'm like, and I'll bid another 50 cents, and then I still won't be the highest bidder, and then I'll just sit back.
You're going to get burned on that one day.
Well, it's also like, whatever. Like I think the card ended up selling for like $17.25. So it's all stuff that like if I did win it, I would win it at a price that like I would be, because it was a Cam Akers red cracked ice. So like, even if you get it at $15-16, you could still probably at least turn around and sell it for that, if not maybe a little bit more depending on the day. But like, I'm not a complete fucking retard. Like I'm not going to go bet on bet. I'm not gonna.
That's all it is.
I'm not gonna bid on a Deshaun Watson that's sitting at 120 and bid 125 and be like, oh, I'm gonna drive the price up. Because I'm not gonna pay $125 for a fucking card.
No, you're gonna get stuck paying fucking $15 for like who's like a marginal player, like T. Higgins.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's all it's ever going to be worth is that $15.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you might be fine, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You want to start wrapping this bitch up?
Yeah. I got a bone to pick in the meat bracket.
Oh, yeah. We're doing a meat bracket.
The finals are today, right?
The finals are currently running right now. By the time this episode comes out, we will have a winner.
I have a bone to pick.
Yes.
The exclusion of short ribs makes me mad.
Well, I mean, it was back ribs. I mean,
They are completely different
ribs.
cuts of meat.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to include too many.
But we get two types of, what was it? Was it 2 types of rounds? Top round? No, top sirloin.
Yeah, I think
Which,
so.
first of all, people, that's fucking embarrassing. That top sirloin upset, whatever it upset.
Yeah, who the fuck enjoys top sirloin?
And if we're gonna argue the didn't want to include too much, prime rib and ribeye, same cut.
Yeah,
It's just ribeyes are a steak, prime rib is a roast.
right.
So yeah, I'm hot on top sirloin, pulling an upset on whatever the fuck I pulled an upset on.
I can tell you, I can pull up the archive. I was surprised that prime rib went down in the semifinals. I thought for sure prime rib was just going to win. Like, who doesn't like prime rib? Apparently, a lot of fucking people. Apparently, a lot of people. Well, because New York Strip beat prime rib, so apparently people like New York Strip more.
Yeah, it's I can see, but I
mean, it's more affordable. Like, New York Strip is what I usually buy when I go to the grocery store.
Yeah, we got to remember it's what do people want to eat? Is it a cut from the roast or is it a steak? Because prime rib isn't a steak.
Yeah.
So if I'm voting for what's superior, I'm actually probably gonna pick a steak.
I still go prime rib. Because I'm not.
Well, it's fine. You're in the minority.
Well, it's I am. But I'm not looking at it like as if I have to cook it and do it. Like, this is just going to be presented to me.
Well, I'm saying
which one's better.
Which one's better to eat? And in general, a steak is typically better than a cut off or roast. Now, that's not to be. I like prime rib, but I'd rather eat a ribeye.
Yeah, top sirloin beat. It almost beat prime rib, but
Oh, it was close for a while. I think that was.
yeah, I have to go further back. Top sirloin beat tri-tip in the first round.
And I think that could be a function that we don't actually have tri-tip around here.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's more like Texas, I think. I don't even know what cut. Like I know I've never cooked it, eaten it, or seen it.
Yeah. Skirt steak was like surprisingly.
I knew that was good. I knew. What did it upset?
Back ribs.
I knew it. I knew it was going to.
And, no, it ended up losing to New York Strip. Okay, but it was close. I think it was close.
That's because skirt steak. Skirt steak is one of those ones that you can marinate, and it's really good. But it also actually like tastes good.
Yeah, I was surprised brisket lost to ribeye.
I'm not.
That was close.
Ribeye's gonna win.
That was the closest one. Well, yeah, ribeye should win.
That's what I mean. So there's nothing's gonna topple a ribeye. Because again, so here's what.
So that was the closest match of all. Ribeye won. I think 11 votes to 10.
So
over brisket.
And when it comes down to like, and I know it was only a bracket of 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we did like,
if I wanted to bump it to 32, like,
or if we did it in like 4, like if you did it in like categories,
yeah,
you could do like the steak category,
yeah,
the roast category. But I don't think I don't know if there's enough there, because if you went categories, then it would have ended beef ribs versus whatever prevailing steak, which is probably ribeye, versus prime ribs, it's off a roast, versus like short ribs or something, because that would have been in like the other category.
Yeah.
Because like you could have done like beef shank, short ribs, oxtail.
Yeah.
There's another thing that like cooks slow.
Cow tongue.
Cheek.
Yeah. Cow cheek.
Oh, and like beef ribs. Like,
Yeah.
like if you did those, whichever comes out of there goes against a different category, but then you're not necessarily comparing
Right.
whatever. You're just comparing the best of the beef categories.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the brisket got a bad draw. It had to go against what's going to win.
Right.
Like brisket ribeye could have been the final.
Yeah.
But there's also going to be a bias towards the actual cut of steak, where thank God filet mignon didn't get
Filet
through.
mignon is the most overrated cut of steak ever.
Yeah, because the way people talk about it, they talk about it like it is by and far the best,
And it's not.
and it is not.
It is not. And I tried to throw a little shade on that too when I made it the 3 seed.
Well, it's what was the one?
Prime rib. Prime rib was the 1. Ribeye was 2.
Some people are also sour on prime rib because of the way it's been cooked for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get that. And I had that conversation with someone because someone messaged me and like someone DM'd me after it. And I was like, look at the fucking picture. Like,
Yeah.
this is like restaurant grade prime rib. This isn't like your great uncle Stan
then-
burnt the fucking prime rib because he was hammered.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this because there is like because prime rib is one of those things where if I cook you a ribeye, that's a bad example. If somebody cooks me a ribeye, I'm probably gonna like it.
Yeah.
Outside of it being a hockey puck, it's probably gonna be good. Salt, pepper, that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't take any real skill.
Ribeye, 3 to 4 minutes aside.
If it's a little bit low,
call it a day.
Yeah, like if it's a little bit rare, it's fine.
Yeah.
If it's a little bit over, you can get away with it.
Right.
It's still fine.
Right.
Prime rib is really fucking hard to do correctly.
Yeah, it is.
And if you've had it in a restaurant, I would actually argue it's shittier than if someone cooks it for you at their hout
Because it sits longer.
It has to be
legally has to be a certain temperature.
and not even but it's the preparation of a restaurant. They can't start a roast when you order prime rib. So it's already cooked beforehand.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So
It's always under the heat lamp.
like so prime rib in a restaurant is usually a little bit inferior to what a prime rib roast could be.
Yeah.
So when I make it, it's here. And the second I cut it, it's time to eat it.
Right.
And that's why it's so fucking good.
Right.
In a restaurant, it's actually not that great. And then like everywhere used to have it.
Yeah.
It's hard to find now.
Yeah.
Like you get it at the Nines and it's like,
It used to be typically around here. It's like one of those things where like you can only get it on Sundays and you can only get it after 4:00.
and you could only get it at like those like family style massive plates where they just throw a million pounds of food at you and none of it's really all that good.
Right. Yeah.
But it's all kind of cheap.
Yeah.
And the plate's like fucking gigantic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like
The chateau.
on that idea.
Yeah.
Fucking kitties in North Reading. Like
Yeah.
I think if now, because this is what is the best.
Right.
Prime rib has the best potential,
Yes.
but it's also the most difficult, and it probably has given people the most bad experiences.
Yeah, that is fair.
And that's why that's probably why it hasn't gotten through.
Yeah. So I guess now that I think about it more and I listen to your argument, this is probably the appropriate final with ribeye and New York strip, just because a New York strip is also the most, like I said, it's the most readily accessible to people.
And somewhat affordable.
Yeah.
Like if you go to into a restaurant, like a real fucking steakhouse,
Yeah, and you get a 10-ounce, like New York.
you can
Like-
probably afford that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're paying a shitload of money for some of these things.
Right. I was surprised nobody. Maybe this speaks to the intelligence of our crowd. Probably not. Maybe it's just the ignorance. More likely that no one tried to give me shit for not including a porterhouse. Because all a porterhouse is a New York on the one side of the bone and a filet mignon on the other side of the bone.
And is a T-bone a ribeye and a fillet?
No, a T-bone is the porterhouse without the filet.
Oh, okay.
It's a New York strip with the bone. Because you can get a ribeye on a bone. That's a tomahawk. Like a tomahawk steak is a ribeye on the bone.
We can also just get a bone and ribeye.
You also could do that too, yes. Yeah.
I feel like there's one, and it might not be common. Shit. I feel like there is a cut that is ribeye on one side and fillet on the other. But I could be making that up too.
Yeah, I don't think so, but I also could be wrong.
But it might also be something that exists, but no one's ever actually seen it.
Yeah. Just because, like, trying to think of like anatomy, you know what I mean? Like it's,
dude, I don't know. Like
if the New York strip is on one side of the bone and the fillet's on the other side of the bone, you would need a different bone on the other side for the ribeye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I also, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't want to get into like the dynamics of like which part of the cow are we actually speaking to right now.
Yeah.
Again, I could be making it up. Because a porterhouse, you are correct on a porterhouse.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
So I just Googled what's on the other side of the ribeye bone. And the butcher's guide, what is a ribeye, popped up. And it says that every ribeye has an eye, which is the center. And then it's surrounded by the next two parts, which are the spinalis and the complexus. So
yeah, so I think I just made up something.
Yeah.
In my head.
You can have the spinalis steak, which is the most marbled and most tender part of the ribeye. Rufus. I don't know if you guys can hear the dog barking
I hear a
next
dog
door.
in the background. He heard us talking about fucking steak.
Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully you guys have been participating in the fucking Instagram poll that we've been doing for the best cuts of steak. It's kind of fun. I mean, I might I don't know, I might see if we can do something else with it too. Like just make another poll, maybe do like one a week or something. It's a little bit of work. Like the 16 bracket was like a little bit of work. Like doing a 32 would obviously be more. Like it would be double that work.
Whoa, imagine that.
But it could be done. I think I could do it. It's hard for me to sit here and say I want to do one a week because I never know what each week is going to bring. Like I might be super busy and I don't want to like do it and then like have it be stretched out and not be able to finish it in like a timely manner. You know what I mean? But I guess even if you have a 32 bracket, that gives you more time to space everything out anyway.
Well, how about this? You don't give the people a time frame for when you're actually going to accomplish it, but you yourself decide, all right, I'm going to do this week. Because then you can plan ahead.
Yeah.
If you try to throw it together last second, then yeah, you run out of time.
Yeah. Yeah, how about this? If you're listening right now, go find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod and send us a DM to something you would want to see as a tournament, as a poll here, and then we'll go from there. In the meantime, I'll probably look for something maybe to do this week. In the meantime,
we could do the types of pasta.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Because we've discussed that one before.
I gotta write that down. Types of pasta. All right. That looks like it's our winner for our next one then. All right. So my final thought is fuck everything about cars. I had one hell of a fucking weekend with my car. So I need to take a drink of water before I get into this. So for Christmas, Amy got me a remote starter for my car. So about a month ago, I had it installed in my car, and everything seems to be working fine, okay, whatever, until last Friday night. Amy got home from work, and it's Friday, and I was like, hey, I'm going to go run to the liquor store across the street. Do you want me to get you anything? She says, yeah, whatever. I get in my car and I drive across the street and I go to the liquor store and I get what I want and I go back in my car and I sit in my car and it's a push start. It's a 2017 Subaru Legacy.
License plate number.
Yeah. VIN.
My social security is.
So I hit the button and the car like turns over real quick and then nothing happens. Like everything turns on, the car kind of starts, and then it turns itself off. And I go, oh boy, that's not good. So I do it again, and the same thing happens again. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this isn't good. And so I text Amy, and I'm like, hey, so I can't get my car to start, and I'm stuck in the parking lot of the liquor store. I'm going to need you to come get me. Luckily, the place that installed the remote start is literally down the street. So it's like the house, the liquor store is across the street, and then this place is like down the street, like down here. It's all pretty close. So she comes and picks me up, drives me down to the place, the car place, and I go in and I'm like, hey, so I just got a remote start installed in my car like less than a month ago, and now my car won't start. So they told me what to do to reset the clicker. And this is also, mind you, at like, 4:45. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I get back in the car and we drive back down the street the other way and we go back to the liquor store and I get in the car and I do what they told me to do to reset the thing and do all that. All right. Moment of truth. Foot on the brake. Start button turns green. Push the start button. Silence. The car doesn't even turn over at this point. I'm like, oh, shit. So then I'm like, oh, fuck. So it's like this place closes at 5 o'clock.
Yep.
So before I had left, they like told me what to do. And I go, all right, so like, what if this doesn't work? And they were like, well, it should. Oh, I'm sorry. I went there twice, actually. So I went there first, went back, did what I needed to do. I hit the start button, silence, nothing. I'm like, fuck. So I get back in the car, back in Amy's car. We go back to the remote starter store. And I go, hey, now the car won't turn over at all. So now they're like, all right, it's probably your battery. Your battery's probably dead. You need a jump start. So then at this point, I go, it's like 5 o'clock.
Yep.
They're like ready to close.
Yep.
And I go, all right, I understand you guys are closing. If this doesn't work, and I need to get the car towed, can I just have them tow it to the parking lot and then we can deal with this tomorrow? And they were like, yeah, that'll be fine. But like, I'm 99% sure that it's going to work once you get it jump started. So I'm like, okay, honk, honk.
Kiss of death right
Clearly you don't know who I am. So I get back in the car again. We drive back to the liquor store parking lot. And at this point, I am starting to get mad. Before I was like, yeah, well, whatever, we'll figure this out. It's no big deal. So I get Amy to pull her car up to my car. We pop the hoods. I hook everything up. I hook up all the leads, do all that. Red to dead. Red to dead, red to fucking live, black to live, and then black ground.
It's all colored now.
Got it. Yeah. So
Let's go red to red.
Yeah.
In red.
Well,
to
no.
red.
The order that you're supposed to put it on like matters, so you don't fucking blow up in sparks. You go red to dead first.
Hey, put it to you this way. I don't know the order, and I haven't pulled up in Sparks
Yeah.
yet either.
So I go through all that. I let her car run for a little bit, tell her to turn it on, let it run. All right, we're good. Let me do this. Step foot on the brake. Start button turns green. Hit the button. Silence again. I'm like, oh my fucking Christ, here we go. Maybe I didn't let it sit long enough. Maybe I need to pull a little bit more juice. So I give it a minute. And I go.
Did you pull your phone charger out of it?
Oh yeah, yep. Pull out everything. Pulled everything out of it.
I've had that before.
Pulled it all out, and I go, all right, let's try this again. Foot on the brake. Push the start button. Silence. I'm like, oh shit. Maybe I hooked it up wrong. And I go, maybe I hooked it up wrong. I gotta go look at the leads. And I'm looking, and I go, turn your car off. Turn your car off. So I go and I reset the connection, and I go, oh, this was I had a bad connection. I didn't clip it on her battery the right way. This is my fault. It's got a better connection now. It's gonna work. Turn your car back on. She turns the car back on. I go, all right, let's give it another couple minutes. Like, let's let this battery juice up, and we'll be good. Foot on the brake. Start button turns green. Hit it. Silence. And I'm like, well, I'm a massive piece of shit. That 99% sure it was the battery. Clearly, they never met me. I am the 1% where it was not the battery, and I'm a fucking moron. So now I'm pissed because all I wanted to do was go to the liquor store to get stuff to drink for Friday night. So I take the bag out of my car. I throw it in the back of Amy's car. I take the fucking leads off. I slam my fucking hood shut. I close hers. I get in her car, and I go, well, this fucking blows. I gotta call fucking AAA. I gotta have them tow the fucking car down the street to the remote start store, and they'll fucking deal with it tomorrow. So then I go on the app, and I get on AAA, whatever, and I order a tow. And the AAA goes through, thank you, your estimated wait time is 40 minutes.
4 hours.
So I'm like, all right, well, we got 40 minutes, so we might as well just go to the house and start drinking. So I go to the house, we get home, she goes up and takes a shower, and I immediately just start cracking beers. And I'm like, I'm just going to drink until I forget that I have this problem. So about 30-ish minutes goes by, and I go, all right, let's probably start gathering my galoshes so we can go back and sit in the parking lot and wait for the AAA guy in case he calls and needs directions. You know what I mean? You get there 5 minutes early just in case, whatever. So we go. She drives back over, sitting there, and we're in the parking lot, and I get a notification from AAA. Thank you. Thank you for waiting. Sorry for the delay. Your driver is leaving now. And I go, Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck? You told me 40 minutes.
Oh, come on.
And then,
you should have fucking known that they weren't going to show up on time. That's on you.
I know, but I couldn't risk it anyway. You know what I mean? I had to be there. Luckily, he was only 15 minutes away. So the 40-minute wait turned into, 50 minutes, 55 minutes. So the guy comes, I explain everything. He's got one of those fun little battery pack, jump starter things where you don't have to attach it to another car. So the odds of fucking it up is way less. So I explained to him what's going on, and he's like, well, do you want me to try and jump it? And I go, yeah, if you don't mind. Because I had originally, when I called AAA, I requested a tow. And I was like, the remote starter place can deal with this. I'm towing it. So the guy gets there. He's like, do you want me to try? And I go, yeah, sure, let's try it. So he hooks up his little battery pack thingy, and I go and foot on the brake. Light turns green. Hit the button. Silence. I go, fuck. I foot on the brake again. Hit the button. Silence. And he sticks his head around the hood. Did you try and start it?
Just twice.
Yep, I did. It's not working. And he goes, oh, yeah, well, it's probably has to do with the starter then or the battery. I don't know what's going on. And he looks at it and he goes, I would suggest that you replace this battery. It's the battery I had when I bought the car.
Yeah. So almost 4 years.
Yes,
but a lot of miles.
It'll be 4 years in May and 113 miles.
Oh my God, so
the
many.
battery
113 total miles.
Yeah. The battery said it had a 30-month warranty, which is just short of 3 years. So when I see something like that with a warranty, it's built to last 31 months. So I got a lot extra out of it. Like I got almost 4 years when it was supposed to do like 2.5. So it was bad. The battery was corroded, all this bullshit, whatever.
That's pretty good though, right?
Yeah. So the guy tows it, and I go, he's good shit. Like I'm just shooting the shit with him. He's a younger guy. Now at this point, it's like 7:00 at night.
Did you give him a beer?
I was gonna offer him a beer. I was gonna. So we go. He tows it to the remote start store and drops it in the parking lot. And like the whole time we're just talking, shooting the shit, whatever. And I go, "Hey man, like I gotta ask, like, what do you think this is?" Like, and he goes, "Dude, honestly, like it could be the battery, it could be the starter. Like I don't know. Let these guys figure it out. Like I'm sure they'll do it." And I go, "Do you see this a lot?" And he goes, "Oh, fuck yeah." He goes, "It happens all the time." He goes, "I just towed a Chevy 2500 last night because they got a remote starter installed like a month ago, and now the car won't start." And I was like,
Did you bring it back here?
Yeah. And I was like, all right, man, that makes me feel a lot better. Because he was like, "Yeah, I see this shit all the time." He goes, "What happens is like the battery gets overloaded because the battery is built to sustain the car."
Yeah.
So when you add in an external thing into the car, the battery just it gets overloaded a little bit. So it wears out. So fast forward to Saturday. I roll in, and I drop the keys. Because among this, after my first or second trip there on Friday night, like the people at the place was like, "Well, let me go out and look at it." And I go, No. The car won't start at all. And they were like, "Oh my God. I thought you meant like the remote start wouldn't work." And I go, "No, the car won't turn on. I push the button and nothing happens."
Foot on the brake. Light turns green.
Yeah. Yep.
Silence.
Yep. So then Saturday morning, obviously they don't open until 10:00. So I stroll in at 10:07, and
They ain't there.
the guy's not there. The lady at the front desk is there, and I hand her my keys, and I go, "The car's out in the parking lot." I go, "Good luck. Let me know what's going on." And she goes, "All right, the technician or the lead guy, whatever, he should be here within 15 minutes. Like I'll have him look at it, and then we'll give you a call." So a couple hours goes by, and I get a phone call, and it's the lady who I'm best friends with now at this point because I've been in this fucking remote start store 6 times within 18 hours.
One starter.
Yeah, for one thing. And she goes, "Oh, okay, hey, your car's all set, by the way." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I go, "Can I ask what it was?"
Can I ask what it was and what you did?
Yeah, and she goes, "Well, so we found out that when we installed the starter, the ground wire wasn't attached to a good spot. So what would happen is like if something happened and there was like a short circuit, obviously the ground wire wouldn't do its job properly. So that's what happened, and we short circuited, and then your car just wouldn't start at all. So we fixed that. We put the ground wire in a better location, so you shouldn't have that problem again." And I was like, "Okay, thanks."
Full no. Are you thinking what I'm thinking at this point?
Yes, that my car is never going to start ever again. That I'm going to have to go buy a new car.
You start calling our realtor and be like, "Yeah, so can we like move that closing date up?"
Yeah. I need money.
I'm in the need of funds right now.
Yeah. Can I get an advance on the sale, of the house?
That's what you need the Sarcasm Speaks Platinum card for.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, Jesus Christ. Well, I also was like, I need to get a new battery.
Okay, because in my head, I was thinking, I'm like, "Oh, they fixed the ground wire. That's neat and all."
Yeah.
Except this battery is fucking
The battery
cooked.
is like there was corrosion there was battery acid all over the top of it. Like I got 4 years out of something that was supposed to last 2.5.
Did you taste it to confirm?
Yes, I did. It tasted like lemons.
It tastes like burning.
So then I go to AutoZone, which just happens to be down the street in the other direction. And I go, I find the battery I need, and I bring it to the desk, and I go, and I know exactly how this is going to go. Not to be sexist or anything, so you guys can go fuck yourselves. but this, you guys will understand once I finish the story. So I walk into AutoZone and I get the battery that I need. I check, my make and car and all that shit. And I grab the battery I need. I bring it to the desk. And there's a younger girl. She's probably in her mid-20s at the register. So I buy the battery. She asks for my information. She says, what car do you have? What year? She double checks that I got the right battery. And then she goes, okay, cool. So you're all set. Swipe the card, whatever. And I go, you guys assist with install? Because I am not going to pretend that I know anything to do with cars. I know how to push the start button, and I know how to shift the car.
Foot on the brake.
Yeah. Yeah. Foot on the brake. Light turns green. Push the button. Hopefully it starts up. Outside of that, I am not a car guy. I can't even pretend to be a car guy. It's way out of my wheelhouse. So I go, hey, you guys help with installation? And she's like, yeah. She turns to the manager behind her and goes, hey, can we help with an install? And the manager goes, yeah, if that idiot fucking comes in, there was a guy outside helping another customer, and he turns around and goes, I have no idea why he's replacing an alternator in our fucking parking lot. And I go, oh my God. Oh my God. So I wait a couple minutes, and the guy doesn't come, the fucking idiot doesn't come in, and the manager's not coming out to help me. So this girl goes and gets a cart and pulls it out and goes, you can put the battery right on here. And she walks out, and I go, okay, all right, she's going to do this. All right, this is what we're doing. So we go out, I pop the hood. She has a little bit of a tough time taking the battery out, the clamp thing that holds it in place. She undoes the negative terminal. So everything's off but the positive terminal, which is also where all the corrosion is. And she tries to take that off, and things don't go so well for her. She's struggling the entire time, too. She takes a mallet off the cart, and you know how to use a hammer, right? You hold the...
Typically, hold the handle,
yeah,
and you
swing, and you swing, yeah,
with the wrist,
yeah. So, granted, it's a car battery, and it's not your car, so you don't want to fuck anything up. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But she held it upside down with her hand on the back of the rubber part of the mallet, and if you're watching on YouTube, did one of these, that speed. Trying to loosen the junction between the clamp and the actual connection on the battery. She does that about 3 times. Turns to me and goes, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't get this battery out. We can't do it here. So I'm like, of course. Of fucking course. So I go, all right. So then
Wait, so the car did start from the remote starter place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You missed that part.
Yeah. Oh, it started. It started, and I drove it to AutoZone.
See, I figured that the car didn't start.
Yeah, no.
And you needed the battery.
No, it started, and I drove it to AutoZone to get a new battery. So then she zips everything back in, and I go,
this ain't gonna start.
I hope this thing fucking starts.
It ain't gonna start.
I step in.
0% chance.
Foot on the brake. Light turns green. I hit the button. And it fucking starts up. And I'm like, oh, yes, let's go.
Boo.
So I drive it back to Amy's house. I pull it up the driveway. I pop the hood. And then I go in the basement. And I'm like, hey, I need a couple, a socket wrench. I need some tools. So I'm going down. And I grab a bunch of shit. I go out and try this. Nah, it's too big. Let me change this one. It's too small. Let me try this one. This one's not long enough to get down into the battery. And I'm like, fuck. I went in and out of the basement probably 4 times.
Yep.
Didn't have the appropriate tools to do
Imagine
this.
That.
So I go, I gotta go to fucking Walmart right now to buy fucking tools so I can change my own battery. Oh, that was the other thing too. I was so mad that the girl just wanted nothing to do with changing my battery and gave up so quickly when she was walking away, because you have to pay them to get rid of your old battery. Otherwise, you got to go throw it in the ocean, because that's a rule. So because I didn't want to throw it in the ocean, I wanted them to take it so they could do it. So I look at her and I go, hey, so when I get this out, can I bring the old battery back? And she's like, yeah, we'll take it. So I'm like, all right, cool. It wasn't a if or whatever. It was a, when I get this out and swap them, can I still bring the old one back? And she's like, yeah, sure, you're good. So we're here and I'm struggling, and now I have to go to fucking Walmart. And on the way to Walmart, there's a Lowe's. And Amy's like, I'm just going to Lowe's. They have better tools, whatever. And I'm like, all right, I got to pay more money, but I'll have the tools longer. So I go into Lowe's, I go in the mechanic section, and I buy a box, a 20 set of ratchet sockets. So, because I'm a mechanic now, I know this stuff. I know these terms, socket stuff. So we go back, and I start zipping it out, zip, whatever. And I just did a quick Google search. How do you remove corrosion from a car battery? Turns out, for all you listeners out there and watchers on YouTube, all you need is baking soda and water and a toothbrush. You pour some baking soda on the corroded part. You spray it with some water, and then you take a toothbrush and you literally scrub it all away, and it all disappears. I don't know how it works, but that's physics. That's the 3 laws of physics for you.
I think if you...
That's a callback to a previous episode, hopefully for all you cereal listeners out there.
What does cereal have to do with this?
So I get the battery off. I put the new battery in. And I'm trying to figure out like which way it goes. And I'm like, shit, like let me do this. And I'm like trying to zip it back in, and then I put the connection on the positive terminal and I tie that back down. And then I go to put the black, like the negative on the black, and it goes pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And Amy's like, what was that noise? And I go, it was the battery. And I go, well, I unzipped the old one and didn't get shocked, so I probably won't get shocked putting the new one in. So I was like putting it back on, and it popped a couple more times. And I'm like, please don't electrocute me. So I go and I get it in, and the clamp part that goes over it, like one of the bolts that holds it in was just rusted, so it didn't go all the way down. So it's not like snug in place, but like it's not going anywhere. He said before he fucking lost the battery through the bottom of the car.
Just fucking falls out.
So I go and I'm like, all right, well, I got this in. I hope this thing fucking works. So I go, here's the moment of truth. And I go and I sit in the fucking car, foot on the brake, light turns green. And I stop for a second and I go, I don't know what I'm going to do if this doesn't start. So with my head in my hand, I push the button and the car turns over and it starts. And I go, holy fucking shit. Now I'm a mechanic. I can add that to the list because now I know how to change a car battery. And so what I did was when I went back to AutoZone, I left the car running because I was
out of fear.
Because I was too nervous.
Out of sheer terror.
And when I brought the old battery back in, weird, the girl was gone.
Of course.
So the guy had to like run my information. I was like, I got the receipt in the car. You want me to go grab it? I'll show you. I was just here. And he was like, no, just give me your name and I'll look it up. And he goes, yep, no, you're here. All right, cool. So he took the cost off for returning the battery. And I go, hey man, like, I'm not a car guy. Like, do you mind like just looking at it to make sure I didn't like fuck it up too bad? And he looks at me like dead ass. And he goes, did the car start when you hit the button? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you're good. And I'm like, Marron, what the fuck? What am I doing anymore? So I get back in the car, and in the meantime, I get a phone call from the remote start place because they had a jumper pack fun guy thing, and they left it in the back of my car. So then I had to drive back to the remote start place again for like the 17th time within 2 days and return that again. Left the car on in the parking lot. Returned that, got back in the car, drove it back to Amy's house, turned it off, and was like, well, at least it's in the driveway.
Yep.
So then today, before I left, I went to go hit the remote start button. You think it turned on?
Oh, God, no.
Nope. The remote start does not work.
Nope.
The car turned on when I was in it, luckily, and it worked. It got me here, but the car remote start button does not work. So I will be going back to the remote start store again for them to figure it out. My Lord, what a fucking weekend.
It's pretty awesome, actually.
I hate cars.
I'm kind of jealous.
I hate cars. This is why I hate cars. Like, I never bothered to learn anything about cars because they're stupid and they suck, and I hate them.
Yeah, so it's definitely that's I love how A led to B there. Where cars are stupid and I hate them, therefore I won't learn anything about them. Whereas if you actually know something about them, they're probably not that hard to fucking...
Yeah, no, probably not.
I mean, I know obviously computers are a thing, but
yeah.
like...
I mean, truth be told, I had no idea that changing a battery was that easy. Like, literally all I needed was the proper tools, and it took me about 5 minutes. Like, it really wasn't that hard.
But you never have the tools.
But I never had the tool. Well, now I do. Now I own them.
So I'll call you when I need
Yeah.
to fucking change a battery.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to be a car guy now.
Yeah. No, yeah, it definitely should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should buy a classic car and fix it up yourself.
Yeah, I'll do all the resto myself. I'm going to go buy...
Hey, you change one battery. You know what you should get into? Body work.
Yeah, fuck flipping trading cards. I'm just going to flip classic cars.
Yeah.
It's easy, right?
Listen, I hear everyone who's ever done body work say they love it.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, how hard can it be, right?
Yeah, how hard can it be?
Yeah.
Bunch of kids who went to the Voc know how to do it.
Yeah, I could do it.
We're way smarter than them.
We went to college. Oh, man.
I would say, can you tell me the byproducts of the Krebs cycle? Pyruvate and
yeah, not
some other
anymore.
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like pyruvate. Like,
It's pyruvate and something else.
whatever.
Yeah, lactic acid.
But do you know how to change a car battery? Something that you rely on every
Yes.
single day.
Yes, now I do. Yeah. Yep. Good thing I went to college.
Good thing.
Didn't learn how to change a car battery until I was 29 years old. But I could tell you fucking about wolves in Yellowstone. Because that's what I wrote my essay on for my fucking MTEL.
It's so bad.
Oh, Christ. Well, that's going to do it for us, everybody. Thankfully. If you're still watching at this point, you're going to have to go ahead and subscribe and give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Tell everybody you know about the show. Tell them to fast forward to the end of the show if you want. Listen to my misgivings and my shitty fucking weekend regarding my car. Even though, I mean, it was just shitty in the moment. Like, now that it's done, it's done. Until tomorrow morning when I go out, my car won't start.
Or when it's fucking 20 degrees and you want to use your remote starter that doesn't work.
Yeah. So, whatever. I mean, I still have a car. That's what I said before I left Amy's. I go, at least I have a car now. It turned on. 2 days ago, I didn't have a car. So, you got to take small victories where you can.
So bad.
So you're going to go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod because we're going to run some more tournaments too in the future. And you want to be able to vote on those. You want to participate. Everyone wants a participation award. You can find us on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. We're on Facebook at Sarcasm Speaks. Tell everybody you know about the show. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dogs, tell your snakes, cats, hamsters, rabbits, whatever the fuck you got. Shout out to MyBookie, mybookie.com. You sign up using our promo code SarcasmPod. They will match your first deposit for 50%, up to $1,000, and also toss in a little free play. We are in the spirit of tournaments here because we're about to get into March Madness. So again, that's SarcasmPod when you sign up with MyBookie. I think that's going to do it. I think that's everything we had to cover. So thank you. Until next time, good night.